Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi! My name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are counting down my top personal 10 favorite Oracle decks that were released in 2021. These are just personal opinions and it was really hard to pick a favorite, so it came down to which ones I used the most. So let me know which decks matched your top 10s and what ones you would add. Alrighty, let's get into it, starting with number 10. All right, coming in at number 10, we have the Seed and Sickle Oracle deck by Fez Inkwright. This is published by Liminal 11 and it retails for $26.95 in the US and $40.50 in Canada. The reason it is lower on my list and number 10 is strictly because I use the other oracles that are higher on the list a lot more this year. This one was a fairly new purchase for me. So only reason why it's lower on the list. It is a beautiful deck. You can use it in a couple different ways. It's got that magnetic closure that we all love. The packaging is beautiful. The artwork is so stunning, and it comes with two guidebooks, a dawn and a dusk. The dusk is more for like self-care, self-love, and that sort of a thing. And the dawn is more for like progress and, getting up and going. So let me just read you real fast that little section here. Individual cards can be read in two ways, the dawn and the dusk, the rising and the resting, providing advice for every reader, whether you are working towards a specific goal or focusing on your mental well-being. So are you starting a new project, building a new relationship, or revitalizing yourself? If you're undertaking a period of expansion and growth that will benefit you further down the line, let your day brighten with the rising sun and read the dawn meanings for advice on how best to get there. This booklet contains the dawn readings and for the cards. And if you're looking for guidance on how to best take care of your body and mind, use the dusk booklet. And so it does have a quick reading guide, which is fantastic too. And it's grouped by the seasons. So we have spring, summer, fall, and winter. It is just very well done. The artwork, like I said, is spectacular. It's stunning. It is beautiful. I have really enjoyed my readings with this. And it's very in-depth. It's gentle, but it's also very much telling you what you need to hear. I like that it's a versatile deck that you can use in a multitude of ways, and it really begs you to dig a little bit deeper. So it will ask you questions, and you can kind of like, if you use it for a card a day, you can pull it and kind of think about that card throughout your day and how you can best use that energy throughout your day, week, etc. So it's just very well done. I think the price point is great and the cardstock is really nice. I mean, look at that back. It's so beautiful. And like I said, the only reason it is lower on my list is only because I haven't had it for that long and I've used the others on my list far more this year. It was so hard to pick. I'm telling you, so hard. So with that being said, let's move on to number 9. All right, my number 9 is The Heavenly Bodies Astrology by Lily Ashwell. This took forever to get my hands on because it kept selling out. It's published by Kiko Books and it retails for $25 in the UK and $35 in the US. It's stunning. So you can use this in 3 ways. You can learn, so study the beautiful cards and deepen your understanding of astrology. You can decode, become your own astrologer by creating visual spreads of any astrological placement from your cosmic blueprint or to what's happening in the skies right now. And then you can use it as an oracle deck. So I absolutely love the design of this. It feels like a passion project. It's got a magnetic clasp here. It's just so beautifully done. A hard cover book is so gorgeous. And it even has a ribbon. So, I mean, it just is enough information to help you understand everything, as well as there's enough in here to help you communicate and use it as a oracle deck. There's spreads and each card just feels like, a work of art, just like a passion project. And I love that from this deck. It's just a wonderful gift too. There's ribbons everywhere, which I love, if you've been following me for a while, you know I love a ribbon. But the cardstock is fantastic. Everything about the artwork is fantastic. I mean, there's nothing I don't like about this deck. It reads really well as an oracle. I love that there's keywords on the card. And it also really does a great job with helping you understand the planets and the aspects and all of that stuff that goes into astrology, the houses. It's a really great astrology deck for that. I love a versatile deck, and this is one of them. So it's lower on my list strictly because I don't use it as often as I probably should. But I do use it more for astrology work, or when I'm trying to figure out the next cycle of, you know, what we're going into. We're dealing with Mercury retrograde as I'm filming this. So that's going to be coming up in January too. So I'm kind of loving this deck to help me kind of understand what's to come next and how that affects me personally in my birth chart. So it's a fantastic deck for decoding your own birth chart as well as using it as an oracle. So fantastically done. I love it. But yeah, like I said, I had to figure out a way to do this fair as a list of favorites, and it came down to what I use the most. Number 8 is the Universal Folk Oracle. This is by Anita Inverarity. It is published by US Game Systems, and I believe it retails for $22. I'm not quite certain because it's not on the packaging, but it is 44 cards and a 68-page illustrated guidebook with insights and suggestions for readings, meditations, and daily practices. This is just stunning. I wasn't sure that I was going to connect with it as quickly as I did, but it is just beautifully done in the guidebook. It's just enough information for you to use your intuition and kind of get confirmation on that. And it gives you a corresponding crystal to help with your reading. And then if like you do a card a day and you pull number 39, for instance, you can then go to the reading and look at the crystal that corresponds with it, yellow jasper. And if you happen to have yellow jasper, it would be a great indication to use that yellow jasper throughout the day on your person. So I really like that about it. The artwork is stunning. Look at that back. It pairs beautifully with the 4 Hoxha. Like they just look like they go together. I love the addition of the crystal, like I said, but they also have a animal companion in each of the cards. It's so unique, so fun, very calming. It's very gentle as well. So I love it so much. It's just really fun to work with. I don't have any complaints about it at all. And I really enjoy that it has the keywords at the bottom. So it's very beginner friendly, and it allows you to use your intuition without like doing all of the work for you, if you know what I mean. So it is number 8 strictly because other decks completely beat it out. This is number 8. I love it. Let me know what you think. Is this the one that you use a lot? Let me know down in the comments. All right, number 7 coming up. All right, number 7 is the Priestess of Light Oracle. This is by Sandra Ann Taylor and Kimberly Weber. This is published by Hay House, and it retails for $21.99 in the US, $28.99 in Canada. This deck just has a power. It is stunning. It's 53 cards and a guidebook. I love using this deck for a daily pull. It is very, very, very strong with divine feminine energy. It is, I cannot describe how wonderful working with this is. It is like a shock to your system when you start using it. Just so much energy and power in this deck. And every time I use it, I feel empowered. I feel like I'm getting back in touch with myself. I'm getting back in touch with my divine femininity. This is a deck that I go to when I need some like reassurance and a push, and to figure out kind of why I'm stuck, or if I'm going in a good direction, or if I need some encouragement. This deck is that deck for me. I cannot express to you the energy that comes off of this deck. Like the first time I used it, I didn't even cleanse it and I got accurate readings. Like I heard what I needed to hear. Like it told me what I needed to hear. So I highly recommend this deck if you need encouragement, if you need empowerment, if you need to feel connected back to, you know, your divine feminine. it is a deck for that. It is so wonderful to work with. It is one of those decks that a little goes a long way. It's not something that I use every day. It is definitely a special deck for that purpose. But the guidebook is great. It has a lot of different layouts, as you can see, a lot of different spreads. But it has the keywords are on the card as well as in the meanings of it, and it goes in depth, and it literally like gives you what you need to know in the moment, and it gives you an affirmation, which for me personally, I am a sucker for affirmations. I love them. I feel like they are very helpful, and they are something that I use on the daily. So if I use this for a daily pull and I get card 53, I will go to card 53's meaning and I will look at the affirmation and I will use that throughout the whole day. And it makes me feel better. It makes me feel more in tune. I absolutely cannot recommend this deck enough. I need to use it more, but I feel like it is definitely for certain kinds of readings for sure. But definitely check this out if you're wanting to get more empowered, if you are wanting to get more connected. It's a beginner-friendly deck. It's worth the price tag. It was another deck that I didn't think I was going to connect to, but instantly connected. I really love this deck. All right, let's move on to number 6. And number 6, we've got the Sacred Forest Oracle by Denise Linn. This is 52 cards to open energy portals of a higher dimension. This is published by Hay House, retailing for $22.99 in the US and $29.99 in Canada. This deck is also unique as it comes with 53 free audio downloads of guided meditations. And full disclosure, I still have not done those. I keep forgetting because I get too distracted, but this deck is stunning. I love Denise Linn's work, and her other decks that I have are gorgeous as well. So I was really excited when she was putting this one out. This is so beautiful. The guidebook is so well done. It is very beginner friendly. It tells you what you need to hear, it tells you what you need to know. The only complaint I have is the cardstock. It's that, you know, thinner cardstock that Hay House has been using lately. So just keep that in mind, but it shuffles just fine. So it's not like a huge, you know, disappointment to me. It shuffles just fine either way you do it, but look at how beautiful it is. It has different little, mystical creatures as well as some animals. It's just filled with beautiful things. And again, like I said, it is very beginner friendly. There aren't any borders to like, really distract or anything like that. It feels like you're kind of walking through a dream when you use it. And it is supposed to like be kind of like a portal when you're looking into it, like you're looking into another kind of dimension type thing. It's just stunning. And like I said, very beginner friendly. And I really do enjoy using this so much. Every reading that I use it with, it's so nice. I like to use it for a card pull a day, and I also use it a lot for confirmation pulls. So when I use it alongside my tarot, it's very well done with that. So this is the only reason, like I said, it's hard to pick favorites, like for me personally, especially when you use certain decks all the time. And so it was very hard to put it lower on the list, but other decks beat it out. Let me know what you think about this deck down in the comments if you like it, which brings us to the top 5 now. So buckle up, it's going to get interesting. I know it's weird. I didn't think I was going to like this, especially didn't think I was going to put it in a top 5 position. But for number 5, we have The Angels Among Us. This is by Victoria Maxwell, illustrated by Ellie Grant. This is published by Rockpool, and I believe it retails, here we go, $21.95 in the US and $16.99 in the UK. I use this deck a lot. This is just the coolest version of angels and gods and goddesses. It is like modern, it is fun, it is straightforward to use, and it doesn't have the religious overtones of it at all. I can't tell you how awesome this deck is to work with. It allows you to use your intuition. It allows you to gain your own insight. It is just beautifully done. There's so many different characters, I'll call them, in here that remind me of different people that I know, that I've seen. It's just so beautiful. I've been using it quite a lot. I really do enjoy its versatility. I mean, Merlin, look at that. I want that sweater so bad. Some of these, they're just gorgeous people in here. So it is really fun to work with. But like I said, it doesn't have that super religious overtone to it. So whether you believe in angels or the religious figures that are in here, it doesn't matter. It's just a deck for you to use to connect with the energy. And then when you look in the guidebook, it has information on the person that you're reading for. It's got keywords. It has a simple message, but then it goes deeper. It has a specific message for love and relationships, for work, for home, for money, for well-being, and overall spirituality. And then if you need assistance, this is what you can use that person for. And then you can embody the energy of it by doing this as well. So it's also sectioned off with different groupings here. Let's see if it has it in here. We have archangels, we've got saints and ascended masters, and gods and goddesses. So honestly, like I said, I am not an archangel deck person. It is not something that I usually connect to because it's not something that I have a lot of knowledge in, so it's hard for me to kind of relate to it. However, this deck makes it easy to understand all of the things that you might not have insight into or education on. It helps you connect with that energy a lot more. It doesn't take itself so seriously. It allows you to have fun, but it allows you to understand it in a way that makes sense to you. It's very modern, very beginner friendly. Again, surprised that I connected to it, but I so enjoy it. It's super versatile. It is a deck that I feel like can be used for whatever you want it to be used for. On its own, it's fine. It's fantastic with other decks. I use it for spirit guide readings a lot. So highly, highly recommend this if this is something that you are interested by or intrigued by. It is a fantastic price for what you're getting. The quality of the cardstock is great, even though it's a gloss. Again, super shocked that I really like it that much, but I really, really do. Very accessible is the word that I'm looking for. So with that being said, I would love to know if this made your top list or if this is even on your radar, because I highly recommend it. Even if you aren't subscribed to any particular religion, I don't feel like it matters in this case. That's my number 5. Let's keep going. All right, my number 4, The Wild Goddess Oracle. This is by Amy Zerner and Monty Farber, published by Voyager Press. It retails for $30 in the US, $18.99 in UK, and $39 in Canada. So this is quite a unique whole deck. So since the dawn of time, people have turned to the feminine divine for guidance, empowerment, strength, and so much more. Now you can bring the spirit of 52 wild goddesses into your own life with this oracle deck and fully illustrated guidebook. So I have a couple of things that I would do better about this deck. First one being the packaging, second one being the cardstock. But other than that, this is such a beautifully done deck. The guidebook itself is, like I said, a coffee table book. It is stunning and gorgeous. I love that there are activities and actions you can take alongside the card and its message. The artwork itself is just so unique and beautifully done. And it is full of divine energy and the divine feminine energy and the divine feminine archetypes. So you'll go through it and you'll kind of see the different aspects of yourself in the deck as well, which is so much fun. There's a lot of different meditations. And like I said, activities. We've got spreads in here. I mean, it is just so well done. And you can't really go wrong with Monty Farber and Amy Zerner. They've been doing this for some time now. And everything that I've seen from them is fantastic. So the packaging is a little frustrating for me just because it's, a little bit bulky. And then you have this tuck box here that doesn't stay in the pocket. And the tuck box is pretty thin and I'm kind of wearing it out already. But the cards themselves are beautifully done. I just think they're stunning. So beautiful. Oop. I love the different kind of art styles that go along inside each card. Just very much like a collage. And the back of the card here is the meaning. So it's very beginner friendly. You don't even have to look at the guidebook if you don't want to. But it is just such a gentle, but tell it like it is deck. Like the things that you need to know that maybe you weren't thinking about. Things that might be blocking your progress. Things that you might need to look at. Different aspects that maybe you haven't seen before. It shuffles just great. I don't have an issue with it, but the cardstock is a little bit on the thinner side, a little bit more, you know, kind of like the Hay House, like we talked about with the Sacred Forest. So that's what I would improve on, but I just really love using it so much that it doesn't really bother me. It shuffles just fine for me. But for some of you who like a thicker cardstock, that might not be the one for you. However, I love this. I use this quite often. I use it for a daily message. I use it to kind of figure out what I need to focus on for the day or what I might need to be leaving behind, that sort of a thing. And I really like using it by itself as well as with my other tarot cards. So very good for confirmation, very good if you're trying to connect with the divine feminine. And I just think it's so unique and fun and different. And I feel like that with all of the decks that we've looked at so far today. All right, top 3, here we go. Another unexpected deck. This is my number 3 pick, the Unshakable Inner Peace Oracle by Shannon Kaiser. It's 44 cards and a guidebook. It retails for $22.99 in the US and $29.99 in Canada, and it's published by Sounds True. This deck is beautifully done. I love using it. I feel like the guidance that I get from it and the information that I get for it is fantastic. There's spreads in here. There's also, when you use the guidebook, you have the meaning, but you also have these little activities or assignments and then a question. So if you are a journaler, if you like to journal, you can do that as well as a daily pull, or you can use it, you know, however you like. I really have connected strongly to this deck. It is gorgeous. The artwork is similar to Danielle Noel's in a sense that it would go very well with any of her decks, as well as the Work Your Light Oracle or the Starseed Oracle. It's just so, I don't know. I love it. I think it's beautifully done. And the readings that I've gotten from it have been very poignant, very informative. And I really like that there is that added question at the bottom of this deck. So, I mean, you can use the guidebook or you don't have to. It's very informative just on its own. It allows you to use your intuition and the just stunning images. Just so beautiful. It is a bigger size card, so I tend to shuffle it this way. And it works just fine for me. It is a gloss. So, I mean, not a huge issue for me there, but some of you like to know. And yeah, I really enjoy working with it. I think it's very intuitive, stunning, very well done. I don't have any complaints for it. I really don't. So if this is something that you've checked out already or that you own, let me know if you like it, if you connect with it. And if you don't, let me know that this was a pass for you. All right, now we're at the top 2. All right, my number 2 choice for top Oracle deck of 2021, the Prism Oracle. Tap into your intuition with the magic of color by Nicole Pivarotto. 45 cards and a guidebook. This is published by Chronicle Books, retailing for $19.95 in the US and $17.99 in the UK. When I tell you I had no idea that I would connect to this, I thought this was going to be one of those kind of gimmicky decks where, you know, it kind of alludes to the fact that it's an oracle, but no. It is definitely very informative. So it goes by the colors, It does have some spreads. It has quite a lot of them, but it goes by the colors, and each color will tell you what it's for, what it means. For instance, the red, root energy center of the body, connected to grounding and survival, associated with excitement, strength, lust, anger, and aggression. And then it goes on to more information. And then, you know, what it means if you get a lot of red cards in a reading, all the way down to you even have white and black in here as well. So love this. It's very minimalistic on the sides. It's like a hollow foiling. There's the back. It is a gloss, but I mean, very minimalistic, but you totally get what it means just by the artwork alone. The cardstock itself is fantastic. It does not bend easily. I mean, it's flexible, but it's not like going to bend and stay that way. This is like my favorite card, this little ghost. I love it. But it's just very informative. You understand what it means with very minimal imagery. It's so easy to use, very beginner friendly, and I have had so many good readings with this deck. So many interesting readings with this deck too. Perfect for confirmation, perfect for use on its own, perfect for a daily use or a daily pull. Perfect with, you know, confirmation with just like, if you have a thought in your head, if you should do something, pull a card for it. It'll give you exactly what you need to know. It just, I mean, like I said, didn't think I would connect with it. I use this deck so much in a lot of readings. I love using it in the pick a card readings. It's just fun. It's bright. It's cheerful. It tells you what you need to know. And you could use it without the guidebook and understand exactly what you need. It's just one of those unique, creative decks that have been really fun to work with. Really interesting. The symbols that are in the deck, I really enjoy using this. It shuffles so well, and it's just enough cards, works with whatever I'm using it for. So that is my number 2. Let's move on to my number 1 pick for the 2021 releases. All right, number 1, the Moonology Manifestation Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland with artwork by Lori Mena. Published by Hay House, retailing for $21.99 in the US and $28.99 in Canada. This deck is stunning. It is gorgeous. It can be used in so many different ways. Immediate connection to this deck. When it came out, look at the back. It is just beautiful. It's so pretty. Again, very reminiscent to like Danielle Noel's art style. Would pair really well with any of those decks that we mentioned before in the Unspeakable or Unshakable inner piece, excuse me. Just so cool. So there's a new moon, there's a first quarter, there's a last quarter, and a full moon all throughout the zodiac signs. And it helps you. So first of all, it helps you to manifest what you're looking for. It gives you ideas and actions to take. And it's also just a fantastic oracle. So, you know, let your fears dissolve. So if you're pulling for a daily pull, if you're pulling for confirmation, what do you need to know for the day? Or just, you know, whatever the case may be, this deck is versatile and it's so easy to read with. Very beginner friendly, beautiful, stunning. I have just loved using it. So for instance, let's see, honor your feelings. It has a full info about what it's talking about, manifesting mix. So about how you can go about using this to manifest, and then manifesting mindset, about how the energy and your mindset might be going at that point, and then how to tune into your manifesting powers and when to manifest. So each card has all of that information. There's some spreads in here. It's just a great price point. If you need help with manifesting in general, this is a great deck for this. It is different than her Moonology original deck because that deck takes you through the whole phases and cycles of the moon. This takes you just through 4 throughout each zodiac sign. So there is a difference between the decks. I couldn't really tell you which I prefer because they're kind of just different in their own right. However, this has been a joy to work with. It shuffles so nice. The cardstock is so much better than what Hay House had put out. It's like back to its normal cardstock. It shuffles so nice. I really just love the vibes of this. It's very positive. It's very friendly. And it's easy to use whatever your level is. So I highly recommend this. Great price point too. $21.99. You can't really go wrong. Like I said, 48 cards, and they're different sectioned, easy to use. I've been using this for like every reading that I've done so far since I've got it. So versatile. And I love a versatile deck. I feel like every deck we had on this list today had versatility. It had uniqueness. It was different, and it was unique in its own right, as well as, you know, unique for the theme or the overall use of it. So that is my top 10 releases of 2021 of the Oracle realm. So with that being said, let me know down in the comments what deck you would choose to be in the top 5 or the top 10 if it wasn't in here already. Let me know if we had the same feelings. Let me know if you own any of these decks, if you enjoy working with them. Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comment section. I always love catching up with you guys and reading what you guys have to say about the decks. It's so interesting. And don't forget to check that description box out too. I have my link tree in there where you can find me on all of my different social platforms, as well as my Etsy shop where I do private readings. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you have not already done so, go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. Thanks again, everyone, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.